Hello, good afternoon, everyone. This is Venkat. My name is Venkat. I am going to host the webinar today and tell you about FirstBuild. And I'm still based in the University of Louisville campus. And the reason I'm giving the webinar is about three and a half years ago, I set up this entity called FirstBuild. And FirstBuild is an entity on the University of Louisville campus. And it was done in partnership with the University of Louisville and a lot of other entities. And today I'm going to give you a brief overview and tell you what it is about, how we are doing, and where is the future. So the first thing to think about is FirstBuild is a GE appliances company. So it's a subsidiary of GE Appliances, and it sits on the University of Louisville campus, right opposite the softball field. So if you come from I-65 Expressway, you get out of the exit, upper street exit, we are right there. And it is a 33,000 square feet facility. And it is open from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. And the best part of the facility is anybody can walk in. So you can walk in, you don't need a pass, you don't need a security pass or special permission to get in. It is open from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. On all days of the week. I think except Sunday we are closed, but even on Saturdays you can come in and work there. So let me take you through what FirstBuild is and what it does, and from there, maybe I'll take some questions and answer. And before I get into this pitch, you can contact either Bailey or me over email, and Bailey will put out the email on the chat session. So if you want to take a tour of FirstBuild, you're very interested, you want to come and see the facility, it's open all the time. If you send us an email, either one of us will be more than happy to take you around the facility and explain how the whole business model works. So moving on to the slides, I usually start away with the takeaways of FirstBuild. There are two takeaways that I want all the webinar participants to walk away with. And the first is, you see the bell curve, the familiar bell curve. I took this chart from a book called Crossing the Chasm. And Crossing the Chasm was written by a guy called Gordon Moore. And what Gordon Moore talked about was, he said, if you look at any customer base or consumer base, if you're a B2B business, you have a customer base. If you're a B2C business, you have a consumer base. You can essentially segment the entire customer consumer base into these 5 segments. And the 5 segments are, on the left, you see the innovators and early adopters. And the innovators are people, either consumers or customers, who buy products because they are either consumers or companies who want to try the latest and greatest and newest stuff, because they want to figure out what is the latest product or what is the latest technology and how does it apply to their business or their life. And their main intent is to the joy of discovery, the joy of experiencing it first and figuring it out before anybody else. The next segment are the early adopters, and these are the people who buy products because they want the latest and greatest, but not to figure it out, but more to be trendy. They want to tell everyone they're the first one who got the product and they are the latest in everything. So this segment of the population, the 2.5 plus the 30.5%, it represents about 16% of the market. These are the people whom you see outside the Apple store when the new iPhone comes out, right? They're the people lining up at 3 a.m. And I'll give you the context why it is relevant in the context of FirstBuild. These are the people who buy the newest product, and these are the people who write the reviews. And this is the customer base that is very important when you launch a new technology or a new product. Now, then you see a chasm, and then on the right, you see the early majority, late majority, and the laggards. The early majority and the late majority are the regular customers, customers or consumers. These are the people who go and buy products either in the mall or in the retail stores or in the marketplace. The early majority are the people who will adopt new technology once it is scaled up in the marketplace. Late majority are the people from an appliance context. These are the people who would buy a refrigerator because the refrigerator broke, it's not working. And then the last segment is the laggards, and the laggards are about 16% of the population. This is a consumer segment where a person goes and buys a smartphone because a person can't buy a flip phone anywhere in the market. Flip phones are not available. They can't lay their hands on it, and these are the people who go and buy. Now, why I'm showing you this chart and going through the detailed explanation is because if you look at a big corporation or a big business, when I say a big business is any business which I define as having a recurring revenue of more than $10 million a year, right? It's recurring. You've got a product base, you've got a product line, you've got employees, and you've got a distribution channel, and you've got a value chain. If you're more than $10 million, then you are on the right of this curve. You're serving consumers on the right of this curve. And why is this important? Because these are the people, the early majority, late majority, and the laggards. They value a brand. They value reliability. They're looking at cost or pricing, and they're looking at being able to buy this on a recurring basis. So one of the reasons FirstBuild was set up was when you do something new, when you do a totally new product and you do a totally new service which doesn't exist in the market today, usually the early majority, late majority, the laggards are not the people to buy it. The people who buy it are the innovators and early adopters. And so a big business like my business, G Appliances, has a recurring problem. When you launch something new, how do you find the consumer base of innovators and early adopters to go and sell this product to the new product? Because the early majority or the late majority doesn't buy the product unless other people have experienced, that is the innovators and early adopters have experienced it, and they have written reviews and they're happy with the product, then only the early majority and late majority buy it. So usually for startups, startups usually launch to the left of the chasm. They go and launch and sell products to innovators and early adopters. And then a lot of startups fail at the chasm because they don't know how to scale up. They don't know how to serve the mass market or the scaled up market, the early majority and the late majority and the laggards. In our case, our business had a different problem. We didn't know where the innovators or early adopters for our products were. We didn't know how to access them, how to sell them. So first thing is why FirstBuild was set up was to cross the chasm and reverse. It is about designing and building stuff. It is about innovation. But the most important thing is creating a community of early adopters and innovators and selling it to them. So that is the first intent of FirstBuild. Second intent of FirstBuild is on the next slide. When you're a big business, you always think in terms of scale. So for us, scale in an appliance business is about scaling up and launching products at 100,000 units or more. So if you go to G Appliance Park, it's a huge, massive facility. It's a waste of time, resources, and money if you can't show a volume of 100,000 units or more. So innovate is good because whatever products go in there, it means there is a volume that we can see in the market. There is a market we can see which is huge enough. The bad part of it is that when you launch something completely new, totally new that doesn't exist in the market, you don't know what the volume is. You don't know what the market is. So you do an investment of tens of billions of dollars to launch that product. And so this scale became a big hurdle to innovation for a company who's a major appliance manufacturer. So every new innovation we got in, the first question was, how much will you sell? And there is no good predictor of the volume or the amount you're going to sell when you don't know what the market is. And whether you like it or not, the first time you bring a totally new product to market, it is usually a guess. The volume is a guess. So we overcame this impediment to innovation by saying, okay, we will create a design and a manufacturing facility where I can make 10 products or 15 products or 100 products cost effectively. And we will not only make those 100 products cost effectively, we will actually sell it in the market, we will service it, and we will do it at a price point where we are not losing money. We will make money and we will sell it competitively in the market and we'll do a real market assessment. So that is the second thing that is unique about FirstBuild. So if you go back, first is we are dealing with a different consumer segment or a different customer segment. Second is the way we go to the market is we are going to the market with very, very low volume production. So this was a mission. We got set up about 3 years ago to this date. In fact, June 24th or 25th was when FirstBuild, or 2014 was when FirstBuild was inaugurated. We started working with the University of Louisville about 6 months before that. We signed a lease and we got the building up and we got all the machines in and we decorated the space. Our mission is very different than the mission of GE Appliances. FirstBuild's mission is to invent a new world of home appliances. The keywords are highlighted there. Number one is we come up with these appliance ideas or work on these appliance ideas with a community of enthusiasts, designers, and makers. So we have an online platform. If you go to firstbuild.com, you can go there. You can put your idea in of what you think the next appliance should be or the next feature should be. And not only can you do that, you can also participate in the designs or the ideation that is going on there. Now, what do we do with these ideas? We get people to work with each other on these ideas. We also build real products in that facility. And you can go and buy those products there. So you can not only participate in the design, you can participate in the manufacturing, you can participate in the building of the product, and you can actually buy those products and enjoy them and give us feedback. So it is quite a unique business model because this whole business model rests on a community of enthusiastic people who are engaging with us. And the second element of the business model is it is open. So everything that goes on in the facility is open. You can come and see what products you're working on. Now, a lot of those products succeed, a lot of those products fail. So you're part of the whole product development experience. So the next slide is a traditional product launch, and a lot of you are from academia or manufacturing companies, and you know that this is what traditionally we do. We get market insights, we get a technical spec, we do an evaluation, we do consumer testing, we go into mass production. This traditional tollgate process works very well for an industry or a product in which you already are present in, right? When you know the product, you know the market, you know the product market fit, then this is what all companies do, right? What we are doing here, as I covered before, here we do something different. We don't go through such a rigorous tollgate process. What we do is, when we have a product idea that comes up on our community, we look at it and we look at the enthusiasm behind the product. And then what we do is we rapidly hack a prototype together. And then once we hack a prototype together, we test it, make sure it's technically feasible. And then what we do is we build one unit of that product and we put it on sale. So our lead time to get to the market is very, very short. So in FirstBuild, what I call mind to market. So if you come to with an idea to FirstBuild, if the idea is good, it has market potential, you will see it up for sale in 6 months. And in 6 months, if that one unit sells, we will make 10 more. If the 10 units sells, we'll make 100 more. And the moment it crosses a threshold of about 1,000 units, we take it and transition to one of the GE Appliances factories so that they can be manufactured in large scale. So what we do in FirstBuild, we do 3 functions. There are 24 employees in FirstBuild. There are 24 full-time employees, and there are about 12 to 13 University of Louisville students at any point of time who are working in FirstBuild. The 12 to 13 University of Louisville students mainly come from the engineering school as well as the art school. So there are a lot of artists working there, a lot of engineers working there. Now the key thing is there are 3 functions carried out there in FirstBuild. We design products, we build products, and we sell products. And we don't do much of anything else, so all the other functions don't exist within this entity. So you won't see an HR person there, you won't see a finance person there. You'll only find people who design, build, and sell products. The key things are get to the market in months instead of a year or years, couple of years. There are frequent product launches. You'll always see a product getting launched at FirstBuild at any point of the year. And the most important thing is innovation is welcome. This entity and this business model is all about launching innovation and validating products. Why did we do this? It is a big mindset change. Instead of designing to a specification, what we do is we get a feedback. We're continuously getting feedback from consumers and enthusiasts. So we are constantly iterating our product. We are very focused on making the product rather than figuring out a specification or what to design or how to manufacture it. It's all about making. And the last one is it is about pursuing innovation. It is about taking a lot of risk. And this whole business model is about how do you take a risk, how do you take big swings in terms of product and business models at a very manageable cost, so that we are not sinking a lot of money into it. But on the other hand, when we are successful, our success is huge. This is what our overall, what I call HOSHIN objectives are. This is what our business objectives are in FirstBuild. First is to drive innovative products, create innovative business models. So we have a new model for how we design products, build products, and sell products. Everything we do here is unique. But we launch 12 products a year from this facility. We scale up one product out of those 12 to mass production. NPI means new product introduction. That's an GE appliances term. Basically, one product gets scaled into mass production every year. And we set a target when we started FirstBuild that based on the products we sell from the facility, we should be able to liquidate all costs. This year, I think FirstBuild will break even. So it becomes, it is very unique. It is actually a zero-cost R&D facility, because what is happening is we are doing R&D, we are doing innovation, we are launching new products, we are testing new products, but the products that are successful are so successful that the margins we make on those products essentially liquidates the cost of the facility and the operating expenses. So on each one of these elements in design, it is community-based, it is faster cycle time. In building, it is about low volume, flexible manufacturing, low capital costs, and high craftsmanship. On the selling, it is all about social media and how do we validate the product and how do we get channels to the market that are not traditional. So in all these segments, it is innovation all around. This is about 36 months early ago, and you see a lot of the people in the picture. You'll recognize some of those faces. We started FirstBuild about 36 months ago, and this has existed from that day till today, and we still turn out about 12 products a year. So coming to design, we have an online platform, software platform, where you can go in and put ideas. You can vote on other people's ideas. You can collaborate with other people. There are GE appliance engineers in it. There are local people, local community members in it, local makers in it. There are people from all around the world, from Europe, from China, from Mexico, who participate in the design. We have partners. We have a lot of suppliers on the platform. Currently, we have about 1,500 ideas that people have put in over the last 2.5 years. At any point of time, we are working on 15 active products or projects, and there are 7 products at any point of time which are headed to the market. In the sum and substance, we are doing 12 products a year. How we decide, how we make decisions is very different than GE appliances. Here, the decision making is very fast. What we do is we look at a product and we say, hey, if there's a new idea that comes into our website, whether internally or externally, is it game-changing and innovative? Is there a new value proposition? Does it need market validation? And then it has to transfer to something that we make on sell in appliance parts. So it has to be related to the business we are in. And the last one is very important. It has to be manageable risk in terms of safety and investment. Because in our business, we put products in people's homes. And so we want to make sure people are safe, their houses are safe, and they have a great user experience. So the primary thing is safety. So we have a great relationship with Underwriters Labs, and we have a partnership with them. So every product that moves out is certified by them. And the second thing is we don't do a huge investment because we are dealing with innovation. We don't know how many we're going to sell. So it doesn't make sense to invest a lot of money in tooling and manufacturing. So what we do is we use all the maker tools that are available in the market today, and we put a product together. So 4 parts or products that we do in this facility. First one is we take an existing product and we add a feature to it, something unique to about functionality. Second, we develop new technologies. In this case, there are two. We developed a sensor-based cooking, and we also did nugget ice. I'll talk about these two later. And we developed the technology, validated in the market in some form in a smaller appliance format, and then we transfer it to a large appliance. We do a lot of custom appliances because appliances sell based on functionality as well as design. So we have a way of redoing the design based on the latest trends, and we can do it very effectively in this facility. And the last one is we build products ground up. So we designed and launched a micro kitchen about 2 years ago. Currently, we are designing and we are selling, manufacturing and selling a pizza oven. This is the first indoor pizza oven in the US market. It cooks restaurant-style pizza in your home in 2 minutes. And it's the best pizza you can ever have. And this is the first open door oven in the market. So this oven has no door. It cooks pizza at about 1100 degrees Fahrenheit, and it cooks the best pizza that you've ever had. Coming to building, here is how we build appliances. We actually hack appliances together. We are sort of redefining hacking. The way we look at it is positive. So what we do is, so usually when you manufacture products, you think of a model shop. In a model shop, you can build anything, but you can build one of anything, and it possibly costs thousands and thousands of dollars. The direct opposite to that is high volume production, where you invest a lot in tooling and manufacturing processes up front. You spend a couple of cents or a couple of dollars in each part. Your cost is very low, but your upfront investment is very high. What we do in FirstBuild is we make the best of both worlds. So we go to GE Appliances, to the factories, and we use them like a Hobby Lobby. We pull the parts and we pull the products we need, and all the custom parts we need, we build in the facility in FirstBuild. And then we put the whole both of them together. We make a good functioning product that is safe. We get it certified, and then we sell it. And we have figured the way out of how to do it in low volume. So if you come to FirstBuild, you will see a bunch of manufacturing equipment there. They are all very carefully chosen, deliberately chosen, so that we can make things in low volume. We also partner with GE Appliances to do a lot of stuff. So in a way, the whole system has been put together to facilitate low volume and very, very flexible manufacturing. We have 4 technicians in FirstBuild who do the custom parts, and we use a lot of speed school engineering and art students to actually build the products. So we are the best available campus job on campus. We pay the students very well. Plus, they learn a lot by working in FirstBuild, because here they could come and design, they can assemble the product, they understand how it flows through manufacturing, they understand the different manufacturing equipment. So we have a good partnership with the University of Louisville. So we get our work done, which is very flexible, and the students, the speed school turns out and the art school turns out some of the best engineering students who understand manufacturing. So it's a win-win. Selling, we have a separate, and the FirstBuild brand is about how do you get ideas and how do you transform them into products, right? And so we are all about getting ideas from anybody, connecting people, creating connections that can spark the unpredictable and create a game-changing force or game-changing product. So our colors, our logo, and our brand language tries to communicate that. And if you look at the color and if you look at the logo and everything, it is about appealing to the early adopter and the maker, because they are the people who are going to buy the product. So it is not a traditional GE Appliances brand language. This is a FirstBuild brand language, and that is how we go to market. So our identity is about unlocking ideas and putting them to test. So we provide a platform to invent, to dare, to explore, and it is all about changing the status quo. It is all about being part of a community and trying to change the status quo. So we focus a lot on social media. This chart is out of date. I haven't updated it yet, but we focus a lot on our firstbuild.com, how many people signed in, our Facebook follows, our Twitter follows, and Instagram follows, because our entire path to market is based on social media. Okay, so I just played a small video. This is a video we put on Indiegogo. It was about a year and a half ago. I know the audio is not playing, but if you look for OPAL and you look for the video, you'll be able to go and find it. This was a campaign that we did. This was the second crowdfunding campaign we did. It was done a year before last, just before fall, and we were the 9th largest crowdfunding campaign on Indiegogo, hardware crowdfunding campaign. We were the first corporate to do such a big crowdfunding campaign. In 30 days, we sold about $3 million worth of open mechanized makers. And why this is relevant is when I talked about on the earlier chart of approaching the early adopters and the innovators and getting the early adopters to buy our products. The reason we went crowdfunding is because crowdfunding platforms are the biggest collection of early adopters in the market. So if you want to find early adopters and you want to validate your product, that is the best place to go. If you can list a product on Indiegogo or Kickstarter and you manage to sell it, that is the best validation for your product you've got. And up till now, FirstBuild has done about 5 crowdfunding campaigns. Out of those 5, FirstBuild succeeded in 4. OPAL was one of them. We have done 2 more, 300,000 campaigns, 400,000 campaigns. And then we have also failed in one campaign. We did a campaign about 6 months ago where we didn't succeed. And in this business model in the FirstBuild, it is very important to fail as much as you succeed, because, and that's something we believe in. And the reason is that you learn as much about a product development or a product innovation from failing as you succeed. Of course, all of us are tuned and told to succeed in every campaign, but we learn in FirstBuild, when we launch 12 products a year, about 4 or 5 of them succeed and about 7 fail. And that ratio is very, very important. Okay. And that ratio is what drives innovation in this business. So OPAL did a campaign, and this was the most successful campaign. We did much better than the Oculus or the Nebia. We raised more money. And today, OPAL is one of the most successful products out of FirstBuild. We sell, I think, more than 15 to 20,000 units a year directly through our website, and it's very successful and very well reviewed in all the press. Now, this is another interesting thing you did, OPAL. This is the best form of market research we got, because when we sold the product, about 8,000 people bought it. They not only bought it, they gave us feedback. They told us where they were from, why did they buy it, and see. So we got market research while making a profit. So we sold the product, we pre-sold this product. They bought it 1 year in advance based on this video that I showed you. They paid us the full money. They waited for a year. They got their products. They wrote us great reviews, and they thanked us for the product, and we got great data out of it. So this is one of the unique ways by which we go to market and we validate products, and that is very important. It's not only an R&D lab. It is about designing, how to build efficiently, and how do you go to market and validate the product. We do all 3 in FirstBuild. Coming back to the same chart I showed you in the beginning, reminding on the chart. So what we did in OPAL was, we took it and we didn't even put a GE brand on it. We called it a FirstBuild. We gave it phone name OPAL. Although in the crowdfunding campaign page in Indiegogo, if you go and search for OPAL, you'll find a write-up. We do say in the write-up that this is a subsidiary of GE. But it didn't carry the GE brand. It didn't carry the logo. But we sold about $3 million, because in this segment of the market, the innovators and early adopters, they really don't care about the brand. They don't care about the price. They care about the latest innovation and how well it does. And we still use these channels to take product to market. And many other channels that we take, even traditional channels we take to, but our main objective is to cater to the innovators and early adopters, because we are GE Appliances to cater to the mainstream market segment. Other accomplishments that we do, we are in the media a lot. Since we have a very unique business model, this is the first sort of corporate incubator which makes money and which rolls out products at a very fast pace. This is the first corporate innovation setup where it is totally open, where we practice open innovation. This is a place where we not only design products, we sell products. Hence, we get a lot of media buzz. So we have got roughly about 73 million impressions in the last 3 years, and we've been written about in all major publications. So if you want to find out more, you can go and do a Google search. You'll get a lot of hits, and that is an easier way to read about and understand the business model. One of the things I can't emphasize more is that FirstBuild would not have been possible without the partnership with the University of Louisville. We set it up on a campus, and the reason we set it up on a campus because the best ideas come from people who are just learning and who are just graduated. They come out full of ideas, and they take shots at what we think the experienced people think as impossible, right? Won't work. These students make it work, right? So this whole business model is powered by University of Louisville students, and not only University of Louisville, but all the universities around this area. We get students from Purdue, we get students from State, we get students from Rose-Hulman, we get students from UK, but the mass of the students are the critical masses from University of Louisville. So without students, FirstBuild wouldn't exist. We also have a huge community impact. The facility is open. If you visit the facility, the first part of the facility is like a showroom. It's an open area. And if you're interested in hosting an event there or using the space, a lot of people use the space. Startup weekend has been hosted here. We have hardware startup meetings very regularly. New to Lou congregates here. The University of Louisville has a lot of programs in the FirstBuild facility. We host one hackathon a year where people can come and participate and build stuff. So it is a facility which is very interesting. On the other hand, if you want to build furniture, if you want to fix something in your home, you don't have the tool, you can always show up at FirstBuild. There'll be someone to help and you can fix it. So that is a presentation I wanted to take everyone to. It is roughly I took about 35 minutes because I wanted to leave it open for questions. So what we can do is there is a chat window on the blackboard, and Bailey is looking at the questions. So you can type in your question there, and I can come around and answer the question.
Mark Soda wants to know if all the nugget ice makers were built
Now, FirstBuild is designed to have a capacity. We can make about 1,000 units of any product in a year. The moment it exceeds 1,000 units in a year, the facility doesn't have the capacity to make that. In the nugget ice maker, it had to go into a mass manufacturing facility at one of our suppliers because our first order was about 12,000 units. So the first 20 units were built at FirstBuild, and after that, the campaign was so successful that we shipped it to our manufacturer and it was done in mass volume.
He also wants to know more specifically about who does the market validation.
So Mark wants to know who does the market validation FirstBuild. There is a commercial team in FirstBuild, and currently Mike Starmer is the commercial leader in FirstBuild, and he has a team. He has a person who does digital marketing, he has got a person who does sales, and he has got a person who does social media. So the team of 4, they are the people who do the entire commercial end-to-end validation at FirstBuild.
I don't see any other questions right now.
Any other questions? Because we don't see any more questions in the chat window. If there is no other questions, then Bailey will put this recording on YouTube, and so that you can download and you can show your colleagues on this presentation. And The invitation is open. If you need to visit FirstBuild, you want to come and see it in person, Bailey and I are around. We can take you, if you schedule it, we can take you around and explain it in more detail.
Okay. There are no other questions, I guess. We'll wrap.
If there are no other questions, we'll wrap up. Thank you very much. Thank you for your interest. And thank you. And we are always available.
We actually have
One more question.